Hello, this is Indigo Owl coming to you with live guidance from my garden. It's been a while since I managed to do a garden reading. I have to catch the right weather. It has to be light enough, and I do hope we're not going to run out of daylight today. It has to be not too windy, it has to be not cold, it has to be not raining. So here we are. It's Sunday evening in London, UK, and I am very excited to bring you next week's guidance. I will be using my new tarot deck and my new oracle deck again, and I will turn around the camera in a minute so you can see the cards. I just wanted to say hello first. It's so lovely to see you here, and I hope the reading resonates. So let's go. So you can see I've got my golden Buddha out here today and these beautiful white orchids. And I'll make sure you can also see the cards. Let's have a look and see what's coming up next week. I think it will be an amazing week. It's the week that's leading up to the Lion's Gate, the 8th of August. And I am planning a pilgrimage, a Mary Magdalene pilgrimage to Glastonbury for the Lion's Gate on the 8th of August, next week, Saturday. If you would like to join me, either travelling from London or meet me there in Glastonbury, we are planning to visit the Chalicewell Gardens and the Mary Magdalene Church, more commonly known as St Margaret's Church. It's going to be an amazing pilgrimage. It's inspired by an online retreat I have been doing with Aurora Alchemy. You can check out Aurora Alchemy also on Facebook. It has been an amazing journey all around the true understanding of Mary Magdalene, and it's still ongoing, and it will end on the 8th of August on the Lion's Gate, and it started in Glastonbury, so I will be travelling to Glastonbury for the big finale. It's almost like a circle closing itself, I guess. So while I'm talking here, I'm not just waffling on. I've started shuffling the tarot cards. It's the Good Tarot again, my newest tarot deck. It's very, very beautiful. I'm still learning to read the the different nuances of these cards. Each tarot deck has its own vibration to it and can bring different messages through, even though it may have the same traditional meanings as all other tarot cards. So I think that's enough shuffling. Let's draw 7 cards, one for each card for each day next week. Let's see. So we've got Monday. Oops, that came out as well. That's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm now really curious what the card for Saturday will be, and Sunday. So we've got 7 cards for 7 days. And let's have a look and see what we've got. We'll put a Monday to Friday up on the top here, and then we'll put Saturday and Sunday here for... Oh, the wind is picking up a bit. I hope it won't get too strong so the cards don't fly away. Let's have a look at the card for Monday. And we have here the 4 of Fire, or more commonly known as the 4 of Wands. What a beautiful card with these 4 little lanterns at the top here, and the beautiful fairy is playing a flute. The 4 of Fire is sometimes called the happy homecoming. It can represent the 4 walls in a building that could be your home or a place of work that gives stability and protection. So it's a very fortunate card. It brings a lovely, lovely feeling with it. So it may be good news about your actual home. It may be good news about work. It can sometimes represent finding work where it feels like you have come home, where it feels like you're part of the furniture, even though you have only just turned up. It has that kind of lovely, comfortable feeling that comes with it, of feeling safe, of feeling like you fit in. So that comes through for Monday. Let's have a look at Tuesday. For Tuesday, we have the Tower. What an amazing card, and what a beautiful picture here. That's a very amazing tower. So the tower represents constructs we base our life on from the past. It represents foundations we have built. It represents how we see the world, what we base our decisions on. And sometimes this tower doesn't stand the test of time. Sometimes this tower has to crumble because some of the foundation wasn't laid properly. Maybe some of it was based on wrong information. So sometimes the tower can represent getting new information that literally changes everything in the way we see ourselves, in the way we see our relationships, in the way we see the world. It can represent a feeling of having the rug pulled from under our feet. But once the dust has settled from this tower crumbling, we will look back and be glad that it's happened. So ultimately, the tower represents liberation, necessary liberation. So it's interesting that we're starting the week, first of all, with this lovely feeling of happy homecoming. And I almost feel like saying that the more we start to come home in ourselves, the more we come back to being our own unique, authentic self, the more we're going to notice things in our life that never quite rang true. So the deeper we connect with ourselves and the more authentic we are to ourselves, the more of this tower moment can happen where we have to then shift some of the old stuff that no longer serves us. So let's have a look and see what we've got for Wednesday. And here we have the Three of Earths. How very beautiful. It's a very golden card, isn't it? And I guess the Pentacles is kind of a greeny gold. The Pentacles can very much represent money in our society, and Earth in this deck, or otherwise Pentacles. And the Three is always a number of expansion. So the Three of Earths, or the Three of Pentacles, can very much represent finally being able to start showing off what we can do, getting this opportunity to start to unfold on an earthly practical level what we are capable of. So the Tower on a Tuesday might help clear the space a bit for this to start happening. And look, it's come right by the golden Buddha, right in the center there. Let's have a look at Thursday. Messenger of Fire. Now we have more fire. Very beautiful. So that would relate to the messengers in this deck, relate to the knights in a more traditional deck. And I have repeatedly had a sign saying knights today. So for me, that resonates very much. So knights in tarot, or messengers in this beautiful deck, come for situations where there's going to be some movement and action. And fire or wands relates very much to our career as a whole, but also to our spiritual journey through life. And I will, on this occasion, also because this is still a new deck to me, and I know it has some very beautiful descriptions in this booklet, I will also have a little read on this particular card, so I can learn some more about this deck as I'm using it. And I always have found that that's the best way to get to know a new deck, is to just simply start using it. And it says here, determination for a new adventure, innovation, independent creative action, spirited and headstrong. And the affirmation that comes with this card is surrounded by spirit, illumined by the wisdom that rises up within me. I set forth on a path to innovate. Well, for me, that very much resonates with the pilgrimage that's coming up just a couple of days later. I don't know how it resonates for you. I hope that it does resonate for you. If it doesn't, as with all readings, you only take what makes sense to you. Let's have a look at Friday. And now we have another messenger. And we have fire and water together. And again, for me, that's more confirmation. That's another synchronicity, because I attended the Aurora Alchemy workshop, online live workshop this morning, and there very much was a fire. Oh, and I saw it as messenger of water, and it's not, it's air. How very interesting, because, well, I guess this card looks quite watery in a way because it's very blue, but there is no coincidence when you're doing a reading. So I feel like saying we're getting all the messengers in this deck. This card has come to represent two messengers, or two knights in one go. In this particular reading, it's come for air and for water. So there's going to be a lot of movement and action, and it is going to impact on more than one area of life. This is to do with career and spiritual journey. Air, or swords, is to do with the mind and logic. It goes with the element of air. So there's the thinking, and the mind is signified by this. And water would be going with emotions and relationships. So definitely, if it resonates for you as well, you can include the messenger for water. If not, you can just stick with the two that have come up here. So lots of movement and action. And the movement in career or spiritual journey will impact on and create movement in the mind and in our perceptions, which again links back to the tower, which often comes with a big shift in perception. Let's have a look at Saturday. Seven of air. How very interesting. We have the geese again. I believe they came up last week also. So for me, again, the geese always make me think of the story of Niels Holgersson, who was a little boy and made a mistake by, I believe, being too greedy, and the geese, he was transformed into a dwarf version of himself, and ended up flying off with the flock of geese that were living on his parents' farmland, because nobody could see him. He was that little, and he had a long adventure with the geese that flew south and eventually came back home. And he came back a changed child. He came back humble and kind and generous. So this card has come for the day where I will be leading the pilgrimage to Glastonbury, in particular to the Chelliswell Garden. So that is very watery. And for me, I guess the water also came through here already, because I knew that was coming up. So interesting that here it's actually coming out via the element of air. And I will again read the Seven of Air. And it says here, independence, non-conformity, living on one's own terms without people-pleasing. I love it. It says, now is the time for me to live life on my own terms, so I must find the courage to reject conformity. Listening to my yearning for independence is key to breaking free of group thinking and attending to my own needs. Diplomacy with others can help me to be true to my call, to do what I know I must do for myself. What a beautiful, beautiful message for Saturday. Let's have a look at Sunday. And now we have 10 of you. We really have gone into the air element. Air. 3 out of 7 cards. So there is a lot is going to happen with the mind and with perception. And the 10 of air, or 10 of swords, very much is a card of something coming to a complete end. It is a card that can come when things have gone so far that we can no longer stay where we are. This can signify the end of a relationship, the end of a job, the end of our place of residence, but it can also very much represent the end of treating ourselves in any way less than we deserve. So this is going to be an interesting week coming up with a lot of change and a lot of movement and action. Let's have a look and see what the oracle card is for this upcoming week. And then if I have time and my cards are not flying wildly through the air, I may offer to do a couple of cards for people that are watching the live reading. I can't do offer that for people that watch the replay, and I know many people watch the replay later, but I can offer that maybe for 1 or 2 people that are watching now while I'm ready here. I'm just shuffling the cards. This is my Starseed Oracle deck, and as I'm shuffling, I've looked at the bottom of the deck and it says here perspective. I just wanted to show this because I've been talking about shifting the perspective and changing the way we think about things. So I'm going to keep shuffling and then draw a card that will be the theme for next week. And then I will see if somebody watching would like me to draw a card just for them. So first we draw the theme card for the week. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. And we have, oh, it says, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. That looks like a very beautiful card. I'm going to ask the Golden Buddha to hold it for us, and I'm going to have a look in the guidebook. Oh, here comes the wind again. I hope it won't blow my cards. Let's have a look in the little guidebook what it says to I'm sorry. So it says here, you may be called to explore how you, your ancestors, or your society have consciously or unconsciously inflicted pain on others, to find a way to drop the armor around your heart and see things as they truly are for all people, to say I'm sorry with an open heart and mean it, to be part of the healing rather than the perpetuation of inherited conflict or oppression. This isn't about blame, it's about unwinding the patterning that got us here. You may be called to devote your time to causes you believe in or to do healing work on your ancestral line. What a beautiful message for next week. Now I'm going to see if I can see if anybody has left a comment. Please let me know if you would like me to draw a card for you, and I will see if I can actually get to the bit where I can see the comments. So if you are watching, now is the time to ask if you would like me to draw a card for you. I know I have done this before where I was able to see if anybody was commenting, but I know I don't always seem to manage. You'll have to forgive me. If I can't see any comments here, then I'm going to assume that nobody is asking for a card today. If you have commented and I haven't seen it, I promise I will draw your card afterwards. Other than that, I say thank you so much for joining me today. Let me switch you back so you can see the cards one more time, what has come up for next week. So I hope you have an amazing week ahead. If you have enjoyed the reading, please like, share and comment. I love to know who's been watching. I love to know if my readings resonate with you. And I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I will say namaste and goodbye.